Welcome to Langley Raceway for the Chick-fil-A J&W Hoosier Racing Tires 25-lap feature event for the limited stock campaigners. 17 cars are set to take the green flag here in tonight's feature event. 16 are out on the speedway right now. One machine, the 11th starter of Kelly Carson in car number 14. Jack is up on the left side of that machine as they're working on him down pit road. Lights off the Pontiac safety car as Kevin Adams in the number 6 and Bobby Spivey in car number 12. They are the point leaders, co-point leaders, we should say, going into race number 4 for 1994. And they're going to see who can settle the battle here as to who the point leaders should be after 25 laps of action. Larry Phelps and Charlie Bryant Jr., one-time winners right behind them in row number 2. 15 of Jerry Collier and the 19 of Billy Casances make up that third row. The 26 of Jimmy Pearson, the 47 of Tommy Gibbs follow. The 86 of Jim Powell, the 8 of Fred Broyles, the 95 of J.T. Jackson, car number 7 of Dave Nichols, the 34 of Bob Christner, the 25 of Dwayne Sidnor, the 18 of Jim Gleason, and the 42 of Brian Maxson round out the field here in tonight's limited stock feature. One lap in the record books. Kevin Adams in car number 6 quickly shoots out to the early lead. 12 of Bobby Spivey settles into the number 2 spot. Battle for third, a good one. Charlie Bryant and Larry Phelps off turn number 4. 2 laps in the books this time by. Phelps has him by a half car length on the inside as they hit turn number 1 and 2. Phelps will hold the spot. Charlie will fight back hard on the inside and challenge in turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Collier and Casances with a good battle back there for the number 5 position. 3 in the record books this time. Kevin Adams in car number 6 is your leader. Bryant and Phelps remain side by side for third, and Bryant will get it back here in turn number 1 and 2. Collier and Casances settle their battle as Collier now moves into the number 5 spot. Billy Casances back to 6th. Jimmy Pierce running 7th, Jim Powell in 8th, Tommy Gibbs holding on to 9th, and the 95 of J.T. Jackson currently makes up your top 10. Single file as they race down the back straightaway, and Kevin Adams, once in front, builds a pretty good lead. Bryant trying to catch up to the number 12 of Bobby Spivey. 5 laps will go on the books here this time by here in tonight's limited stock feature event. Phelps in the 33 remains the 4th place car with Jerry Collier in car number 15 in 5th. Jim Powell, the 86, all over the rear decklet of Jimmy Pierce. Now he gets out of shape and almost allows Tommy Gibbs underneath. Gibbs is back there in 9th with J.T. Jackson running in 10th position so far. Once again, single file racing, and now a challenge for the number 2 spot. Bryant, last week's winner, challenging Spivey on the inside. He'll get it and go into the number 2 spot. So now Bryant into the number 2 position. He qualified, or should say started 4th on the field as they lined up according to their points earlier this afternoon. And now with a good, strong portion of tonight's feature event still to go, let's see whether Bryant can make it 2 for 2 in the past 2 weeks and reel in the number 6 machine of Kevin Adams. 3 different winners in limited stock action. Adams, Larry Phelps, and Charlie Bryant Jr. Will there be a 4th different winner? Right now, Bobby Spivey, the 12, is the closest driver to that. He's back there in 3rd. Jerry Collier now moves into 4th position around Larry Phelps, with Billy Casances of the 19 holding on to 6th. 7th continues to be Jimmy Pierce. Jim Powell holding on to the number 8 spot. Tommy Gibbs in 9th, and J.T. Jackson still running 10th. Kevin Adams, a leader, working off turn number 2 down the back straightaway, working the 18 car of Jim Gleason, one of the lap cars, and the number 14 of Kelly Carson. Kelly had troubles from the get-go and appears to be the only driver in the entire field from the beginning of tonight's feature event that has had problems. As Adams will work the low side of the Carson machine and peel off turn number 2. He'll have some breathing room over Charlie Bryant, and it's about a quarter of a straightaway as he's got one lap car between 1st and 2nd. Spivey, the 12, remains in 3rd with Jerry Collier and Larry Phelps making up the top 5. Meanwhile, J.T. Jackson, the 95, has now gone around the 86 of Jim Powell. The 25 of Dwayne Sidnor looks to want to crack into the top 10 for the first time tonight likewise. Battle for 10th position. Sidnor gets it. Jim Powell falls out of the top 10 for the first time tonight. So far, green flag racing all the way. 11 laps make it 12 in the record books. One more time will be just beyond the halfway point. Kevin Adams is the leader, and Charlie Bryant now clears a lap car at Kelly Carson. 42 of Brian Maxson will be the next car that Adams will come upon, as Bryant now will see if he can reel him in just a little bit. 13 on the board this time by. Good, clean battling all throughout the order tonight. Very few cars are at least one lap down, one of those being the 14 of Kelly Carson. The 42 of Brian Maxon just goes a lap down and is slowing in turn number 3 and 4. The 18 of Jim Gleason, also a lap machine, and they may be the only cars on a separate lap than the rest of the field, as Brian of the 88 begins to close that gap here on lap number 14. The 10 to go indication will come by this time. Spivey in the 12, comfortably in third. Collier remains fourth, and Larry Phelps holding on to the number 5 spot. There at lap number 15, farther back in the order here in tonight's feature event. 6th still held by the 19 of Billy Casansas. 7th is the 26 of Jimmy Pierce. 47 of Tommy Gibbs holds on to 8th. J.T. Jackson currently in 9th, and Dwayne Sidnor occupies the number 10 spot. Jim Powell currently running 11th on the field. 12th goes to the number 7 machine of Dave Nichols. 13th is Fred Broyles with the number 34 car of Bob Christner currently in 14th position. Those will be the only cars on the lead lap. So 14 out of the 17 machines remain on the lead lap as we stay green here in tonight's limited stock feature event. 17 on the board, and the interval between Kevin Adams and Charlie Bryant Jr. closing up just a little bit with 8 laps to go. And lap traffic, or some of the back markers in the field, will be coming up on, or the Adams machine will be coming up on, we should say, as he works lap number 18 this time by. Green Flag Racing has got some of the other cars just fighting their own battles out on the speedway, and has given Kevin Adams just clear sailing all around the track, and now that has given him the opportunity to catch up on him at the tail end of the field. The lap car of Jim Gleason will be lapped one more time down the back chute. Still a good lead for Kevin Adams for the most part over Charlie Bryant, but he's going to have to earn it through the back markers. 19 on the board, 6 to go. Bryant clears the Jim Gleason car. That will come down to these 2 machines. The number 8 machine of Fred Broyles dead ahead, as is the 24 of Dwayne Sidnor, as Kevin Adams works in turn number 3 and 4. 5 circuits to go as he looks to become the first repeat winner of 94 here in the Chick-fil-A J&W Hoosier Racing Tires Limited Stock Series. Brian of the 88 staying very close. Adams gets around Broyles. Now he works on Sidnor. The lap car of Brian Maxon just ahead. Brian of the 88, time is running out as they work some traffic off turn number 4. 21 on the board, 4 circuits to go. Is this turn green to checkers without a caution? Down the back chute, Charlie Bryant works the inside of Dwayne Sidnor. He'll have a good battle on his hands in turn number 3 and 4 that may hold his efforts up in trying to catch Kevin Adams. 22 on the board, 3 circuits to go as the driver of car number 6 will have breathing room for about a lap, maybe a lap and a half, but we'll be back in lap traffic before it's over with. The number 7 machine of Dave Nichols, the next car on the lead lap that could go 1 lap down. Still Bobby Spivey holding on to 3rd position. Jerry Collier is 4th, and Larry Phelps 5th. Billy Casansas in car number 19 holds on to the number 6 spot. Jimmy Pierce remains in 7th. 95 at J.T. Jackson holding on to 8th. Tommy Gibbs has fallen to 9th with a 25 at Dwayne Sidnor running in the number 10 spot. We mentioned that was a Sidnor car that was getting lapped. We'll check that. It's a 34 of Bob Christner, the machine that was put a lap down. Sidnor is still up in the top 10. Running in 10th position right now as Kevin Adams has taken the white flag. He'll work down the back straightaway and may not catch the Dave Nichols car. Charlie Bryant is possibly too far back to mount a challenge, and our first repeat winner in the Chick-fil-A Hoosier Racing Tire Series for limited stocks is Kevin Adams in car number 6. 88 of Charlie Bryant Jr. comes home in 2nd. 3rd on the grid for tonight's finish will be the number 12 of Bobby Spivey coming home in 4th. It's the 33 of Larry Phelps regaining that spot over the 15 of Jerry Collier. Our feature winner here tonight, but for all the drivers and a great run, let's hear it for Kevin Adams, our first repeat winner in our Chick-fil-A Limited Stock Division for 1994.
Those are like your announcers.
Well, there he is, folks. Kevin, a great effort tonight in car number 6. Larry Phelps has scored a victory. Charlie Bryant did, but you guys came right back. A good, smooth run. You probably had to wonder when the yellow was ever going to fall out. There were some good battles out there, but you guys went green to checkered. Have you ever had that many in limited stock action?
No, I'm glad the checkered. Yellow didn't come out. I was happy to see the checkered.
Well, we were somewhat curious when Charlie got in the second spot. We knew he had won the feature last week, and he was going to be one of the tough guys for you to deal with, but it seemed like the interval stayed pretty good that you had over him. The car seemed to work just perfectly in and out of lap traffic, no matter where you wanted to put it. It seemed like he was really dialed in for you tonight.
Yeah, it's really dialed in. When I seen Charlie, I just drove hard as I could. But the car is like driving on a rail, you know. The crew does this. They run me out of the garage. They tell me I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I tell you, for you, it was advantageous to start as you started by points tonight instead of time trials. And of course, it always helps when you're one of the top guys up in the point standings. Would you have rather tried to qualify your car, or did that take a lot of pressure off you tonight just to start by your points?
I start by points. I'm not a very good qualifier. I don't think I've ever got a pole here before.
Well, you certainly ran a heck of a good race tonight. We were very proud of all the limited stock drivers out there. It proves not only what a tough class it is that you become the first repeat winner. There's been 3 good winners out here so far, but what a great bunch of professional drivers these were. It was a good, clean race all throughout and some great battles throughout, but we were glad to see a green and checkered performance here tonight, proving that the lower divisions can do it just as well as the higher divisions, and these guys got some good driving talent as well.
That's true. I still got a lot to learn, I think, and I'll get there.
Okay, well, Kevin, we're going to let you enjoy victory number 2. Congratulations here in 94.
Sponsors. I'd like to thank AAA Electric, Safe Light Auto Glass, Bubba Ship Galley, Primo Welding, Just Cutting Up, and my wife and my little girl.
Never forget the sponsors and the family. Kevin Adams, our winner tonight, the first repeat winner in limited stock action for 94.